Hey everyone, John here from TestPrepInsight.com, and today I'm going to be reviewing the OAT prep course from Bootcamp. I'm going to break down how this course works, the features you get, how the price compares to other courses we've used and reviewed, and of course give you my thoughts on whether I think it's worth it. And by the way, I just want to mention up front here that since this is just a quick video review, I'll sort of be limited to talking about the major points, so if you want a deeper dive or some more detail, make sure to check out our full detailed written review of Bootcamp over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight OAT Bootcamp Review. It's the quickest way to find it. Alright, so let's just jump right in by talking about how the Bootcamp course works. So from a high level point of view, looking at the organization of the course, OAT Bootcamp is sort of a massive collection of study materials. You've got video lessons, written study notes, worksheets, question banks, full-length tests, subject-specific tests, strategy guides, and a few other features. And it's all grouped by subjects tested on the OAT. Biology, general chem, organic chem, reading comp, physics, and quantitative reasoning. So you've essentially got these buckets or modules where all of your different study materials are stored, except for the full-length practice tests. Those are obviously separate because they touch on all topics. So you probably get the picture. You've got a bunch of different study content all categorized out based on tested subjects. However, overarching everything in the course is the study schedule. So basically, you follow this checklist style study schedule and work your way through all of the study material in the course over 10 weeks or so. An average day can take anywhere from 2.5 to 6 hours depending on how quickly you move and what you're learning. If you want to move slowly and methodically and review every last scrap of info, it will take you closer to that 6-hour mark each day, but that's not always the case. And I know that's pretty high level and I covered it pretty quickly, so like I said, if you do want to see a more detailed breakdown of exactly how this course plays out, make sure to check out that full detailed written review that I mentioned earlier. I'll have it linked down below in the description for you. I have way more detail over there for you to get a better feel for what to expect. Okay, so that's how the course works. Now, I just want to quickly talk about the couple of different course options that Bootcamp offers and how much they cost. So you've got two options really. On the cheaper side, you've got Bootcamp Pro, which costs $4.99 and gives you access for 90 days to almost all of their study materials. The only thing that you don't get is an extra 5 full-length practice exams. And then the more premium option is Bootcamp Plus, which kicks in those 5 additional full-length tests, plus gives you 180 days of access instead of 90. That package costs $899. So basically for $400 more, you double the access period to 6 months and you get some extra practice work. Whether that upgrade is worth it just depends on your study timeline. But putting these price tags in context, Bootcamp is about $200 cheaper than Kaplan's self-paced course, but $200 more than their next closest competitor, OAT Booster. So in reality, they're sort of right in the middle of the pack when it comes to cost. And on that point, I would just note that despite the pretty approachable price point, Bootcamp still frequently runs sales and special promotions, and a lot of times you can find their 2 packages on sale, so make sure to check out the description below before buying. I'll do my best to keep that description down below the video screen updated with the most current discounts that I can find out there, and maybe you can save yourself some money if you do decide to go with them. In my experience, you can usually save around 10% on the 2 Bootcamp packages. Alright, I'm going to give you a few things that I really like about OAT Bootcamp, as well as a few things that I don't really like. So let's start with the positives. And the first thing that I really like about Bootcamp is how they take multiple approaches to teaching the same content. Rather than taking a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching and only delivering one means of content review, Bootcamp basically allows you to review how you learn best. For organic chemistry, for example, you can get your content review by reading a condensed outline of high-yield chemistry notes, watch video lessons from their chemistry guru, Dr. Mike, do reaction bites, which are short quiz questions with detailed video explanations, or work test-like practice problems and then review the explanations. And even if you learn all the same from different perspectives, seeing the content from multiple angles like this really drives home material retention, so I really like this aspect. Alright, so the second highlight for me is Bootcamp's tagging system. This is pretty unique. So as you work through the practice material, after each question, you're going to mark the problem as learning, reviewing, or mastered, which is pretty much just what it sounds like. You essentially categorize your practice material based on how well you know it as you go, so that as you get closer to test date, you can circle back to your weaker spots marked with a red learning tag and try to improve there for some last minute gains. I thought this was a cool and useful function. Okay, so third up on my list is Bootcamp's videos. Both the video lectures and the practice problem video breakdowns. Both are very good. On the first point, I really like Bootcamp's on-demand video lessons. They're very punchy and to the point and don't waste your time with a lot of fluff or unnecessary info. And second, I also like the practice problem explanation videos. Basically, for most questions in the program, there's a video breaking down the problem and explaining how to get to the solution. Most other prep companies only provide text explanations, which are okay, but I'm a huge fan of video solutions, especially for visual learners. These 2 to 3 minute videos explaining practice problems are simply awesome. All right, and last up here, the final highlight that I want to call out are Bootcamp's practice tests. Basically, I think Bootcamp has done a really good job mirroring the real exam. The questions are a dead match for the difficulty, content, and length of real problems, and even the interface looks just like the real Prometric exam, so you can practice under test-like conditions. Overall, I give them very high marks in terms of creating realistic practice work. Okay, so that covers what I like. Now let's get to the things I don't necessarily like. But before I get to that, I do just want to mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free prep course to one lucky person. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know that it only takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know, you could win yourself a totally free course from Bootcamp. Alright, so my first real complaint about Bootcamp is the study schedule. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I generally like the tasky little list that they give you each day, but my gripe is that it's not well integrated into the program. It's a separate PDF file that you have to print out and follow along in on the side, basically using it to cross-reference what you should be working on and then drilling down to the materials. That's fine and all, but I would rather see Bootcamp integrate the schedule right into the homepage of your online portal and be the backbone of the course. If they had an interactive schedule right at the top of the homepage and you just click to link over to your work for the day, that would be a nice efficiency gain and make the program feel more cohesive. Kaplan does it that way and I really like it. Okay, so my next negative is that there are no live classes or even live office hours for that matter. Everything in the Bootcamp program is on demand and self-paced. If you're good with that and don't want classes, then just disregard my point here. But I do think there is value in live classes, especially if you're the type of student that struggles to get motivated and stay committed on your own. Without a fixed class schedule, there's nothing really holding you accountable to your studies. Of course, the study schedule is intended to provide just that, but it is just self-driven, so do keep that in mind. And lastly, I'd like to see Bootcamp include some written materials with this course. Everything in the package is digital and accessible through the Bootcamp portal, which is cool and saves trees and makes it easy to study on the go, but I do think there is a benefit to printed materials. You can highlight key points, drop in post-it notes, and make notes to yourself in the margins. I might be kind of old school like that, but I know others are too, so I guess I'd like to just see Bootcamp roll all of their text-based materials like notes and study guides and outlines into a comprehensive printed text. But anyway, that about covers the detail in this review, so let's get to my final thoughts. I think the bottom line is that OAT Bootcamp is definitely one of the better courses we've used and reviewed. The video lessons are fantastic with tons of detail and great production value. The practice problems are highly realistic and come with solid explanations. And the study schedule, even though I don't like that it's a separate PDF, it is great for holding your hand through the material. So all in all, I'd have no hesitation using Bootcamp to prep for the OAT. I think it's a very effective course and a really good value at around $500. But that's all I've got for you. I hope this video was helpful and you learned a little something about OAT Bootcamp. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written review that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website. Again, that's testprepinsight.com, or you can check out the other videos we have on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.